So, thoughts?
No.
Everything?
Whole thing.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
You're not happy with me, are you?
What?
You're not happy with me?
No.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
I didn't want to like bring you in. I just like needed 1 point from you, just like on the whatever I brought you in on.
Oh, like in the kitchen?
No, out there. When we were having the house meeting, when I said Breydon, did that happen?
Oh.
I didn't want to bring you into the house meeting. I just want to let you know that. I just needed like 1 point back up.
I don't even care about that.
I was happy to go to town.
Didn't
You know
care
what I mean?
about
Okay. I just want to make sure you're not upset with me.
I just knew I had to say the...
She told you about the flip.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about that really quickly because I'm not going to sit here and BS you and say the conversations didn't happen because
I
Austin...
don't even care about that. I already know.
Okay, but I just
Austin
wanna-
already told me.
Okay, she already told you?
Yeah.
Okay, because it wasn't a hard flip. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I think like...
I already talked to Austin about it.
Okay.
That's why I was like, oh my God. So I was like, I don't know. Like, it just wouldn't make sense for me, Ro. But... Because when I was outside, Jed was like, doesn't that make you feel a type of way towards Ro? Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, obviously. Like, obviously trying to get me out of this game.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, well, I'm just saying, like, you know, you should probably keep that in mind if he ever tried to, like, you know, ask you to work with him.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, obviously, like, I'm not stupid. He obviously tried to flip the whole house against me.
Yeah. So that's obviously what they want. But so I'll just tell you, I'm glad Austin already talked to you because I talked with Austin before and I said, okay, like we're going to go out and evaluate the pros for both. But it was like similar to the Kyle and Austin situation where it's like, we're not going to say like, for me, like going to pitch on behalf of Kyle, it was not like Austin is this, and this, but it's like Kyle is a pro for these reasons and Austin's a pro for these reasons. Yeah. That's exactly what the conversations were. So the only thing that gets me a certain type of way is the fact that it's being pushed off as this hard flip on you, which was never ever the case. Because I said from the get-go, whoever stays is going to be fine with me. Because they have different games, that's clear, but Breydon is an asset and Austin's an asset, and I think I can be an asset to both of them. And that's what I said from the get-go. But the conversations did take place naturally to see like, okay, here are the pros for Austin, how she's going to play the game, and here are the pros for Breydon, how he's going to play the game. But from here on in, like, I'm happy you're here. And if I genuinely wanted you out, I know I don't have to explain this because I know you know already, but like, I just want to clarify because obviously it's like brought up in an open forum now. If I genuinely wanted you out of this game, I would have used the veto on Austin.
Yeah, of course.
You know? So for me, there was no bad option on who stays.
Well, no,
I just want to make that clear. I know you know that, but like, I just want to make it clear because I don't want you to feel any sort of way because of what was said. There was never a hard pitch to get you
I
out.
just obviously had to like play it up in the kitchen. I can't
No, I
be
know.
like,
You-
I trust you.
Yeah.
I trust you.
No, I know you do have to play it up, but I just want to make sure that you know from my perspective, like I'm not going to sit here and BS you and say no conversations take place, but I will tell you there was no hard flip in place. There's not like
100%.
Breydon needs to go. You know what I mean? So I'm at the end of the day, obviously thrilled that you're here. You've obviously helped me out a lot in this game since then, and I'm super appreciative of that. And I will never go against you in this game. I hope you know that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Second thing is, I think Vic might stay this week.
You think?
Yeah.
Why?
I have a feeling the boys and Beth are gonna. I don't know. Just I don't. You can tell me how you felt about Beth in that conversation out there, but like, it seemed like she was kind of understanding of Vic in the situation. But like, I haven't talked to Beth one-on-one yet, so I don't know. But if the boys vote to keep her and Kiefer votes to keep her, then I think if it's a tie, then Beth would vote to keep her. Do you think, or no?
I don't know. When we were upstairs, Beth was like, guys, like, because they were like, oh, like if she stays, like I don't think that she's coming after us next week.
Yeah.
And then Beth was like, yeah, but she's not going to give her that speech. So,
Yeah.
like, again, you guys will be fine.
Right. Okay.
But she's like, I definitely think that, like, I'll be going up.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, me too. And Keith was like, oh, like, she asked me in the kitchen right before and said that she was going to go after you, Tara, Tina, and me.
Yeah.
And then Kiefer was like, don't go after Breydon. Like, he can be a swing vote. Like, you need 4 votes to stay this week.
Yeah.
And with 3, like, you don't know if Beth's going to keep you.
Yeah.
So she was going to come after me, too.
Oh, in the speech, and that's why she probably didn't?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
And, like, they were all just, like, they're like, they said they just didn't like that Tara was very, like, I never have ever said your name. But then they were like, Vic is just, like, too dangerous. So I don't know. I think right now it's still very iffy.
Okay. I think if anything, it was good for Vic and not bad for Vic.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know if it's enough to make her stay. But we should just be prepared for the possibility that it does happen.
Oh, of course.
I think Beth will always tell you what she's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll always be in the know. I won't, but I can try my best because I try to be very open and clear about the conversations I was in without obviously admitting
Of course.
too much. And like I was the one to like talk about the bag and stuff like that because like it did happen and it was her. You know what I mean? But like,
Of course, exactly.
but I didn't want to push it obviously on that point. But I did explain the whole situation to Vic, and I was just like about the putting you up on the block when we were outside together. I was just like, if you like genuinely like maybe didn't want to work with Austin and Breydon anymore, like you need to tell me that because like for me, perception indicates that you're in an alliance with Austin and Breydon and myself and Tina and Tara. And for me, it looks like you just put 2 of your alliance members up on the block. And for me, it looks like you're working with them and that I can't trust you. And then if you win HOH, then you might put me on the block. So like that's the rationale I gave her.
What'd she say?
I think she's still pretty pissed at the situation. Like, I was like kind of a driver in getting her on the block, but like, we all know at this point, like Beth was the one that originally pitched the back door.
Yeah.
And if I'm in a situation where I'm going on the block and I'm going home if I'm still on the block at the end of the week, and somebody pitches a back door to me, like Beth pitched obviously Vic in our Wendy's conversation,
Literally.
then I'm not in a position to be like, no, don't
exactly.
do that. I have to agree with it. And obviously I hard pushed it a little bit before the veto because in the event Ty won, I needed to hard push it.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, in retrospect, if I knew Ty was not going to win, then I wouldn't have hard pitched it, but I did. So I had to because that was the situation. I had to let them know like what she was saying. So I just, you know, I tried to have like a calm conversation about it. I think she's still pissed at me. So
Whatever.
we'll have to see how it plays out. But
Yeah, they're really like, are you sure you're not working with Ro? Like,
yeah,
we always see you guys like whispering together, or like talking.
yeah,
And I was like, obviously, I was like, all he literally says is that like he really wants to work with me, blah blah blah. Like, we're both alone in this game. We both like lost our duo partners, and that like, you know, he sees like a potential for us to work together in this house. I was like, that's literally all he talks about.
yeah.
And I was like, obviously, I was like, you know, he's like very kind of like cryptic about things, but like he'll say, yeah, like we need to like start figuring out like targets for next week. Like that's all he talks about, but like he's never ever said names. I'm like, okay, no, that makes sense. Like I believe you.
Okay.
I just kind of feel like I'm now in the same spot that Austin was in. I don't know why.
How?
Or like they constantly just like don't believe me.
Oh,
At least the boys.
you don't think they do?
No, I don't know. Beth's always like, I believe you. Like I believe you.
Yeah.
But they're always like, are you sure? It's because Vic is telling them.
Yeah.
Like they're working together. They're working together.
That's what I didn't get. Like like Vic said, she's never said my name, but like I don't think that's true. I'm pretty sure she said it last night. Even if you didn't come up to me and tell me that, I would have guessed that. Like I came up to you in the washroom before you even told me that, and I was like, she's definitely gonna say my name.
Yeah, of course.
And you're like, oh, she already did last night. It's like that's actually like she has to tell them that, so they'll keep her in the game. So she goes after me.
Exactly.
She has to say that. Otherwise, she's got no path.
And then Beth was also like, I see her really working with Tina and Tara next week.
When?
Or with Tara and you.
When did she say that?
When we went up after the talk. Because Beth's like, Vic is very smart, and like I could see her now like being like, no one would ever expect us to be working together. And then Beth was like, yeah, and then she'll just continue to ride the middle again.
Yeah. I mean, I wish things didn't play out. I don't know what she was talking about. Why she was so cryptic about the reasons she wanted Austin out.
I think probably a petty reason.
Yeah, like an emotional reason. She's like, oh,
I don't feel comfortable talking about that right now.
Huh?
So, yeah, I don't feel comfortable saying why.
Oh, you know.
No, that's what she said.
Oh, okay.
She was like, I don't feel comfortable saying that.
Yeah.
Giving that reason.
Which was like, it was super weird. And like, I don't appreciate, like, obviously you've had deeper conversations with Austin, but like, I don't appreciate like her having to be interpreted some sort of way.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Austin, I know, never intentionally did anything like that. And I feel like she's like,
Yeah, kind of painting a picture for her.
Yeah. And I feel like Austin doesn't deserve that.
Yeah, 100% not.
Like people are like putting words in her mouth or looks in her eyes, and like it's not coming from Austin.
Well, and that's what Keith was saying upstairs.
Yeah.
But Kiefer said that's why he didn't say anything.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, Austin was like a lot of the driving force in that conversation, but she's not here to speak for herself, so I'm not going to be the one to say that she said things.
Oh, come on. She said nothing.
And I was like, okay. I was
She
like,
was
I don't know.
literally like, probably the most quiet out of everyone.
I was like, I don't know, I wasn't there. So,
No. What was she saying anything? The eviction was the next day, basically. She was the least active.
apparently she was one of the most active.
That's crazy.
Going to keep her.
Yeah. I genuinely feel bad about the game that she got in here. I wish I could have like done something to change it.
Of course. It just irritates me when they're all like, oh, like, Rose should have used the veto last week. Like, if he was smart, he would have used the veto.
No. Like it wouldn't have happened. Tara would have gone off anyway.
Oh, literally.
I think they're just like trying to like
They're trying to sway me to
yes,
their side.
they're trying to sway you so that you go after me and say,
Exactly.
oh, Ro could have
Of
kept
course.
both of you in this game.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
That's why I'm always like, Or like even Jed being like, doesn't that make you feel a sort of way? That, you know, he was pitching so hard for you to go home? I'm like, well, yeah, duh.
Yeah.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't it make me feel? Also, not Kyle opening his big mouth.
I know, what the fuck? That's what I'm pissed about too. It's like, why did he say that?
I don't understand that either.
Why would he say that? Unless he told just Vic, and then Vic told them.
But then Jen was like, nah, like Kyle did mention that.
Like, why would he say that?
That's what I don't understand.
I don't know. Yeah, I know, like, Kyle was definitely trying to be, like, open and like, when we were explaining to Vic how we were trying to get her on the block so
Of
Kyle would
course.
stay. Like, Kyle was, like, very open and honest at that point. Because Kyle had his conscience on him. Conscience. And, he got a little bit emotional about the situation. He started, like, dishing out information, like,
course.
talking about, like, the bingo balls. And he probably said something about the alliance in that conversation. I just don't remember. But, you know, at that point, he was kind of, like, he was going home at that time.
Yeah.
And he ended up going home. So it's, like...
No, it's true.
Okay. Well, it makes sense. I guess whatever happens, happens.
Oh, literally. I also just have, like, I don't know what's going to happen. I feel like they'd be dumb to keep Vic, but they do what they want in this game. I know Ty wants her to stay so badly because he's like, I'm not going up next week if she wins.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, but what about everyone else in your alliance, so?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Beth has been like, yeah, like, I will probably go up and so will Breydon.
Do you think if Vic wins, she would still put up Beth and Jed? If she's here?
It depends. I don't know what she'll do. I don't know if she'll
Or does she put up
play.
me and Tina, or me and you?
I don't know if she'll try to play it cool. So that way, like, they do think that she's working with them. But that only works for so long. Like, I don't know if she'll, like, do that just to appease them. But I'm like, that only works for so long.
Yeah.
Because then they're all going to turn on her anyways. That would be the
Yeah.
second time.
She did tell me it was a stupid decision to put you and Austin on the block.
And
She
yeah.
said she regrets it. I was just like, optics for me, like, even if you're gonna do that, you have to let me know that you don't want to work with Austin and Breydon anymore, and that's why you put them on the block. Because
Yeah.
that's what she said to me. She's like, for me, the alliance was done, and I was like, well, I didn't know that. Like, I thought it was
I
so
didn't
me,
know
you,
that.
Austin, Breydon, and Tina and Tara. Like, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You got to tell me that, and then. Like, obviously, when I told her Invisible HOH, it came out, like, that she was Invisible HOH before the veto.
Yeah.
She could have easily come to me before the veto and been like, look, this is why I did what I did. I didn't feel like I could work with Austin and Breydon anymore. And maybe I don't drag her name as hard. But for me, I had a reason to, because she sent home Austin.
Literally.
And I thought she was in the Alliance. And I think she wins next week and puts up 2 more Alliance members.
Oh, I think so too.
And it looks like she's working with them. And that's why I told her outside. I was just like, look, like, I understand, like, why you're upset right now, but you have to understand the optics of the situation. And you have to put yourself in my shoes and see how I had to look at it. It's like, I wanted to trust you in this game, and I know you wanted to trust me, but, like, you've got to keep me in the know. And if you don't keep me in the know, then I can only make the best decisions I have with the information that I have. That's what I said to her.
I agree. I just don't know if I don't know what she would do. She told him she's going to throw it, so she won't even win next week.
When did she tell you that?
So she told them.
Last night. Yeah.
She said, I'll throw it. I'll literally stand there and do whatever I have to do not to win. So according to her, she won't be winning next week.
You want to hear something crazy?
What?
I think if she wins, I think she puts up Jed and Beth still.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? I mean, doesn't affect me, but I just don't know if she would. She either will or she won't.
I think, okay, obviously this stays between, I was going to tell you this tomorrow just to sleep on it for a day, but we actually had a really good conversation outside.
I knew you did.
When everybody left.
I knew you did.
And I was thinking, look, obviously she's going home at this point, but like I'm just saying we have two options right now.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're going on the block if she wins.
Really?
Because I explained to her the optics of the situation and like how it looked for me, just like how I explained to you right now. I said it the exact same way, and she's like, no, I get it. Like, I love you. I want to work with you in this game. Like, you're not going up. You're not my target. And that's exactly what she said to me last time in the ball pit when Kyle and I explained the situation to her then. And she didn't put me up. She didn't put me up. She didn't put me on slop. You know? And for me, she's obviously a very emotional player, but once I explained the situation to her and how I side, because I didn't know she didn't want to work with you and Austin anymore, and I didn't know she didn't like Austin.
And that's what I said to her. I was like,
Yeah.
Vic, I didn't even know.
Yeah. And I was like, I told her, I was never putting you up. Breydon was never putting you up, and Austin was never putting you up. Like, none of us were going to put you up.
Yeah.
I told her. And I think she understands the way that you and I saw the situation now and why things played out as they did. So I'm just saying, I'm not going to make an active campaign right here. But if she stays, I don't think it's actually going to be the worst thing in the world for us.
I just don't know. Because my only issue, if she stays and does throw, is that she's just going to do what they want.
Yeah.
So let's say she does play the veto and she does win the veto.
Yeah.
She's not pulling you down.
No. And this is the thing, obviously, to look at is like, you know, Tara, obviously, if she wins, she's not putting you and I on the block for sure. With Vic, I still don't know if she'll try to win it. So if she doesn't even try to win it, then that's 3 people playing instead of 4. And you don't want to win it, obviously. So it would be like basically like me and Tina playing for it. And
I mean, I would. I will.
no, I know you would win it, but like I know it's not ideal for you to win it.
I just don't know because now I get like sus vibes from them.
Well, of course. Of course.
Because I'm like, why? Like, I need to talk to Beth.
Yeah, you need to talk to Beth because if they do want to flip it and keep Vic here, then they're going to make you show your cards. Because they're going to say that you have to vote with us.
Yeah, of course.
They're not going to make it a tie vote.
Oh, of course.
So you're going to have to show your cards if they want to flip it. So actually, it's probably not advantageous for you to flip it back.
Oh, of course not.
I'm just saying that between you and I, we had a really good conversation outside, and like I laid it out for her why I saw things as I did, and I think she understands. She could just be acting again. Again, she's a really good actor, but I'm not going to make an active campaign for her to stay. But if she does, I think it's not the worst. Like we're not.
Hope. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Like even when we're outside, like I don't feel like she was cutting out. I just don't know. Like I just don't never know.
Yeah, that's the thing. You just never know.
Because I also didn't think she would put me on the block. Like I genuinely didn't think she would put me on the block last week. Like I genuinely, that's why I was like, it can't be Vex. She would never do that to me.
Yeah, that's why I eliminated her too.
But the fact that she just did it, that's what I'm saying. Next week, if she wins,
the thing is, she's such a wild card. By and far, Tara is the better pick for us to stay.
Oh,
I think right now. So I'm not suggesting otherwise.
Right, no, I see what you mean.
I'm just saying if they want to flip it, then I think Vic.
Like I shouldn't forcefully like no.
Yeah, exactly. If it happens, it happens. But like because I think Vic and I talked about this. Like she'll go to the boys and she's gonna actively tell the boys that she's going after you and me specifically.
Yeah.
But like you probably know that conversation. So she's gonna go to them and continue to say that she's going after me. Just to like, because I'm telling everyone right now that she's pissed at me when she's not.
Yeah, of course.
And
like as soon as she left, she was like, "Was it awkward?"
Yeah.
That I said that I'm gunning after him, like to Ty and Chad when we were all there. And they're like, "Well, what? You said that?" I was like, "Yeah." She just like actively was like, "Oh yeah, like I know who my target will be next week," and like look at Ro. Battery change coming up.
Yeah. You should just leave. Fuck.
No, they're not. It's the thing.
Oh, it's in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, I told her that like I just said honestly, like this probably did better for you than worse. But a lot of time fell Thursday. So I just she was going to do that anyway. She was going to go to them and tell them that she's going after me. So the fact that I said that was okay to her is probably better for us.
Yeah.
So she's gonna make that pitch. At the end of the day, I think she still goes home. I'm pretty sure she still goes home.
Yeah, but I see you're saying, like,
But
just in the event.
In the event, I would just say don't be as worried as you probably are
Yeah.
after that conversation.
No, it's not going to
Yeah.
fight her or be mean
Yeah.
to her at all.
Yeah.
I know that's what
Yeah.
they want.
Yep.
They've been trying to egg me on all week.
So they're just gonna try to make her come and kind of go at me specifically, but probably you as well.
Mm.
And they think they have her. They're trying to get you.
Mhm.
Maybe they feel. I think they feel that they can get her a little bit more around their finger than they can get you
course.
around their finger. So that's why I think they might try.
Also, what do I say to them we were talking about in here? Because they're going to ask me. I'm going to say you just wanted to clear up the campaign thing.
Yeah, just say I wanted to clear up the flip vote.
And then, what else? Well, that you never said that we were working together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that you said that, like, you would want us three to work together. Whatever.
Me, you, and Beth.
Me, you, and Vic. Because we were all loners in the game. I think I'll just say that's what he said.
Like right now, like after that, I would want to work with you and Vic.
No, like when she brought it up. Remember, she was like, "Ro, you literally came to me and you told me that you have Breydon."
Yeah. Oh, right. Just say that. Yeah, I didn't say that.
Yeah, that like you potentially thought that like us three, like since we were alone, that we could all come together.
But you're saying I didn't. I said I didn't say that.
Should I say they say you didn't say that, or that you did? That like you didn't say that you had me,
Yeah.
but you did say that like you potentially wanted us three to work together because we were all alone. What do you think? Just because we've been here for a minute, like I'm not going to be talking about that the one thing for 30 minutes.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that I did say that.
Okay.
I would just say that I didn't say that. Like I was just like defending.
Because they're going to say, well, what is his argument?
Well, just say that. Forget that, but just say that I wanted to apologize for like bringing you into the house meeting as well, like asking you for like a piece of information, like while I was going at it and saying, "Hey, Breydon, did you say that?"
Oh.
And stuff like that. Whatever you think is best. Just let me know what you say.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
They say that, and then I'll just say that you said that you're not gunning after me.
Yeah. Yeah, I told Ty in the kitchen.
I really want to bring up the Vic thing to Ty.
Huh?
I really want to bring up the Vic thing to Ty. But now that you're saying that, like, potentially she'll go after them, maybe I don't say anything.
Yeah. I would just let's see what happens tomorrow. Because if I were them, I would actively be campaigning for Vic to stay.
Of course. No, they're literally like, that was kind of really good.
And really, they need to convince Beth because I think they can get Kiefer.
Kiefer will do whatever the fuck they want. He already said.
Yeah, so...
When he came into the room, he's like, my vote's whatever you guys want me to do. And he's like, for my game, it's probably better Vic stays.
That's what he told me in the kitchen, too. He's like, my vote's wherever you're voting, Ro.
He's like, oh, it's honestly probably better for my game for Vic to stay, so...
Yeah, so... Yeah, I guess just tell them those couple of things and...
I just, like, told Beth, like, before, like... Yesterday, I was like, Caitlin, what was the point of all this? What was the point of the speech?
Yeah.
What was the point of even putting her up?
Yeah. Just a reminder that she needs her out.
Yeah, yesterday. I was like, what was the point of it all?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you said from day one that you do not want to have a boring HOH and that you don't want to waste it on Tina or Tara.
Yeah.
So you made blood, you caused drama in the house, like, and then you just sent home Tara in the end anyways?
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Like, that's what I was saying to her yesterday. And she's like, no, that's true, that's fair.
Yeah, it's definitely better just to get Vic out.
Oh, just because you just don't know.
You just don't know what she's thinking, yeah.
And at least with Tara, like, I feel like I know where she sits more. Like, apparently she's told them.
Yeah.
She's told them that she's going to put up Jed and me.
Yeah.
Or she said, I'll put up Jed and Ro.
Yeah. What? Why did she say that? She told them she would put up Jed?
Yeah, so she said, if you want to do a backdoor of Ro, I'll put up Jed and Breydon.
To play in the veto. Yeah.
To play in the veto for sure.
Yeah.
And then she said, but if not, like, if it's okay with Jed, I'll put up Jed against Ro, so they'll go head to head for sure.
Right. Okay.
And Beth's like, like, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like, we have the votes in this room, so.
Okay.
And then he's like, yeah, because then it'll be like my HOH then.
Right. Okay.
Whatever.
All right. Yeah. You can say that I was talking to you about the flip vote and say that hopefully, like, you know, you don't feel any sort of way about it. Apologize for bringing you into the house meeting.
Really?
And that, like, yeah.
No,
We can
saying
work.
that you do still say that you still want to work with me later on this game.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
'Cause I know they're
And then just say that you, like, totally denied it. You're just, or not that you totally denied it, but, like, deny it to them. Just say, like, no, I don't want to work with him. Kind of.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Because I know he was going to be like, Breydon and Rose, so they want to talk.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's why I didn't want to. I was hoping to do it before everybody came inside, but
Of course.
sorry.
That's fine.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.